Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here at Madame Cole's, and today's book card reading is going to be about your career. I have got 3 piles for you to choose from. So, pile number 1 is going to be the Oasis Illusion Tarot deck, along with the heart-shaped Rainbow Moonstone. Right. Pile 2 is going to be Orion's Animal Tarot deck and Green Aventurine Tower. Okay, and pile 3 is going to be Euphoric Illusion Tarot deck, and it's going to be along with the Holite. So I got this from Alaska with the travel print. It's so beautiful. Alright, so kindly meditate, take a deep breath, and choose the pile that you want for your tarot reading. And without further ado, let's begin with pile number 1. Alright, so whoever chose pile number 1, or this crystal, the heart-shaped Rainbow Moonstone, this will be your reading, okay? I'm going to keep this right here. The crochet crystal ball that I crocheted. So without further ado, let's begin this tarot reading. After I shuffled the cards and spread them, I got 6 of coins, reversed for you, 5 of coins, Queen of Cups, 2 of Swords, Queen of Coins in reversed, and 7 of Wands in reversed. So your overall energy from this spread is telling me that you're going through a testing phase in your career, one that involves imbalance, self-worth, and boundaries, okay? You may feel like your efforts are not being recognized or fairly compensated, and it's causing doubt about your direction. But there's also emotional strength and intuitive power here. I can see it, like we have the Queen of Cups, right? So that is reminding you that you have a deep inner wisdom and empathy that can guide you in your professional growth. So the first card that we have is the 6 of Pentacles reverse, or 6 of Coins. Okay, so this card is confirming that you have got imbalance of giving and receiving in your work life, okay, in your career. Perhaps you're giving too much of your effort and time or emotional energy without receiving equal reward, appreciation, or pay, okay? It also it also actually represents feeling or undervalued or taken advantage at work. So you may be feeling like overworked, or maybe that is because you are not being able to say no to most of the things at work, right? Maybe not being able to say no to people when they overload you with work, because when sometimes people take kindness as a weakness. So I have been there before, where people would think that I'm so sweet and so nice, and then they would talk to me very sweetly and friendly, because they knew that I would not be able to say no. So they would be like, could you kindly do this for me, or could you kindly do that for me? And then I would be the one overloaded with work, which was not nice, because even I need to go out, refresh my mind, hang out with friends, or do my household chores. If you're going to overload with the job that is not yours, then this is how you're going to feel, okay? Because there are very few people in the world these days who are really going to see that, yes, I am taking advantage of him or taking advantage of her. I shouldn't be doing this or doing that. They do not care as long as the work is done, right? So this might be the case for you. You need to really be able to set some boundaries, or else it's going to be bad for you in the long run. What I would tell you from this particular card, or the guidance that I want to give you, is that you need to reevaluate your boundaries, okay? Ask yourself, am I being compensated fairly, or energetically, or financially, okay? Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself or step back from one-sided dynamics. It's very important. just do not be afraid to be like, no, that is all, this is all I can do, no more than that. You need to be able to be a little bit assertive, and that is how you are going to feel less pressured or less stressed, because stress is not a good thing, right? There are lots of things at work that you need to you're occupied with, and on top of that, if you are given extra work, then it's not a good thing. So yes, set some boundaries, okay? And now we've got Five of Pentacles or Five of Coins upright, and this card is talking about financial hardship or insecurity, or also feeling left out in the cold. All right, so it can mean that it's a period where you feel unsupported or overlooked. Maybe opportunity seems, scarce, or you're questioning your path. Like, what are you really doing here? It happens because there was a time in my life when I was working at a company, but I really wasn't sure what I was really doing there. I mean, in the beginning, everything was exciting. I was like a young energy, and I really wanted to show the potential that I have and stuff. But later, I realized that that is not the path for me. I'm in a I'm in a place where, you know, I'm not being able to show my actual talent, or maybe like, that I'm not really happy at this particular work. So I started to question. I tried to, find other jobs, but I was not being able to do it because I wasn't qualified to the dream job that I wanted. So, yes, that might be the case for you. So, for that, what I would suggest and what I did is that I took a beat, right? I mean, I tried to spare some time for myself after work, and I started to study. So, I signed off for a online class and a diploma, and I started to study business, and I really wanted to be a businesswoman, right? So after I got my qualification, and after the companies that I applied to, or I applied for the job, they found me fit, and that's how I got my dream job. So yep, that can be the same thing for you. All right, so if you're feeling like, what am I even doing here, then you need to sit back and think that, am I really in the right job? Am I really happy here? Okay, if not, then how can I better my career? You need to think about all that. Okay, and this is the phase at the moment when you need to think, because when we are like fulfilled and happy, we really don't think too much, because we're happy, we don't have much to think about. But when there's a situation or Five of Coins in your life, that is when you start to think, you question about your life, you question about your future, you question about your career, right? So do not take Five of Coins as a negative card for you. Okay, always take everything into a positive direction. So think that this is a phase when I need to really, really reevaluate what I really want, or what I really want to do. And then we've got the Queen of Cups, which is a very beautiful card. I really love this. It's one of my favorite cards, because among these challenges that you have here, this queen is your inner healer. All right, and your emotional compass. She is telling you that you are emotionally intelligent, okay, compassionate, and your intuition are your greatest professional assets. Okay, so if you are feeling that you have lost direction, you are not quite sure what you really want to do in life, then she is telling you that you have got a very strong intuition, which is going to be, one of your professional assets. Okay, your empathy that you have in you, the creativity that you have in you, is going to be your strength. All right, so you may work best in the roles that involve um, helping, guiding, supporting others, that require empathy and creativity. So you might also, be a career guidance counselor, or a therapist. You can also be a healer, right? You can also, be one of the people who would start learning tarot readings, and give advices to people. You could also work in a customer service department, where you need to listen to the concerns of others and guide them and help them, right? So, as much as I know, there are lots of people who do not like a customer service, work, but it's one of the good ones that I know, because I have some friends who actually tell me that they feel really good at the end of the day when they count the nice things that they have done for their customers, or the people that they had had issues. They feel really nice. They feel like, okay, I did something today. I made somebody happy. I made somebody's day, right? So, yep, you might be one of those people, okay? And then we've got Two of Swords upright, and here it is telling you that you might be at a crossroads, like, facing a decision about your next step, but you may be overthinking or avoiding the choice out of fear or making the wrong move. So you might be at the crossroad right now. Maybe you are at a point where you want to leave your current job and you want to go to a new job, but you're not quite sure if you are going to get the other job, or you're not sure that even after you got the offer from a new company, you're not sure if it is going to be as beneficial as the one that you are currently working. So you are trying to see which is good for you, right? But do not overthink it. Sometimes when you overthink it, you miss the chance to be greater than what you really are at the moment. So don't overthink it. And if you are thinking you are in a too much of a dilemma, then try to get help from people, because there are lots of people who would love to help you. If you are younger, then it might be the best advisor would be your parents, right? Or your uh, elder sibling. Sometimes even the younger siblings are actually very helpful, because I have a younger sibling. She is 10 years younger than I am, but she is a very good financial advisor for me, because she studies business, and she is so helpful. She gives me tips which I don't think of, and she helps me out. So yeah, try to get guidance if you are thinking that you're not being able to make a decision right now. Okay. And the guidance that I want to give you from this card is, like I said before, do not wait for that perfect clarity, because you might lose, the chance of being greater. Okay. Sometimes progress only happens when you take action, even if the path isn't 100% clear. And then we've got the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This card is telling me that your work-life balance or self-care might be suffering, because you're not being able to juggle properly or manage or organize your day or your work. Because initially in your reading, it's telling you that you are being overworked, right? Because you're not being able to say no when somebody gives you a particular task which is not even yours to do, but you are not being able to say no. So you're doing their job for them, and you're not being able to rest well. You are being more stressed, right? So this card is telling you that you're not taking care of yourself properly, okay? Your self care is suffering. You could be feeling depleted or underappreciated, or, spread too thin. So giving too much energy to work or others is not good for your own stability. So keep that in mind. Self care is very important, because I used to be in a situation like this when I did not even have time to sleep. I used to sleep like for 3 to 4 hours in a day, and it wasn't a good thing, because you need to rest well. And I wasn't getting that. I was overworking. I was doing somebody else's job for them, and it was not nice. I wasn't taking care of myself. I also felt sick, and when I went to the doctor and I found out that it was quite serious, that is when I decided that after work, no matter what happens, I'm going to give myself 1 hour and take care, whether it be just doing a pedicure, manicure, like, by myself, or just putting on a face mask and listening to a soothing music, or just like, even watching movies. That's even like, even that is self-care, because you're giving time to yourself. You're, drinking wine, or you're drinking your favorite drink and watching a movie, which which is a fun movie to watch, and you will feel like, happy, refreshed, right? So you need to give yourself at least 1 hour a day only to yourself. It just doesn't have to be like beautifying yourself. You can, even go for a walk for an hour or 30 minutes. Even that is self-care, right? Or you can, do some doodling, or do some coloring, or just, turn on your TV and sing to a karaoke, right? So even that is self-care. So that is something that this particular card is telling you to do. You need to step back, take a beat, and please take care of yourself. Because if there's a saying in my culture that there's no life if there's no you, right? So if you don't take care of yourself, if you fall sick because of a lot of overworking, pressure and stress, then you will eventually, be weaker and weaker. And then if you do not exist in this world, then there's no future, right? You don't have your future, you don't have the life. So you need to take care of yourself so that you have a future. So that's what the saying from my ancestors, or from the culture, from my culture, says, that you have you have your life when you have you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I'm not being able to translate it directly. Anyway, so please take that suggestion. And then the last card that we have is Seven of Wands. Okay, Seven of Wands is it's telling you that you're feeling overwhelmed or losing motivation. Okay, so maybe you've been feeling you've been fighting for recognition, stability for a long time, that you're now starting to burn out. So, yeah, if you are feeling this way, most probably at work, then you need to speak out, okay? You need to talk to somebody, your supervisor or your manager or your boss. You need to tell them that, like, if you are working too much, and if you're working for a company for too long and you're not getting your promotion or your recognition, then you need to, speak up. Because until and unless you show yourself, or until and unless you speak up, you're not going to find people who are going to magically realize your existence or your worth. Sometimes the world right now is so busy, and it's so self-centered, that people tend to forget other people. Because the people who are aware of you is yourself and nobody else. Even like sometimes the mother tends to forget a lot of things about the child, right? So managers are not even your kin, so they're not a mind reader. So you need to speak up, you need to tell them what you really want. And trust me, when you speak up, great things can happen. Okay, all right, so let's see if there are any other guidance that the cards want to give you. Okay, all right, so trust your emotional intelligence, it's your secret weapon. Okay, and then set clear energetic and financial boundaries. Okay, don't keep over giving to people. Reassess your values. What kind of work nourishes you instead of draining you? You need to think, what are those things? If you're not being able to think, then write it down. All right, and then take care of yourself. Even though I've given you a lot of guidance here, but the first thing that you need to do is to take care of yourself. Okay, take care of yourself. Like your physical, mental, emotional wellness is something that is going to, bring you positivity in your life. Okay, so that is very important, and that is your first priority right now. And only then you're going to see the positive changes in your life. First, you need to feel positive. You need to feel like, yes, I'm worth it. All right. And then you're going to be able to manifest that. And then make the decision you've been postponing. All right. If you are thinking that, like, all right, I deserve to get a promotion, so I'm going to talk to my manager, do it. If you think that this particular job that I'm doing is not fulfilling, I need to get another job, then do it. Okay? If you are thinking that, like, at the moment, I do not have any backup plan, but I still am not feeling like working at this company, I need to leave, then just do it. Because you just never know that you might be, like, killing yourself indirectly by just staying at a negative environment. You just never know. So you might be killing your vibes, or you might be killing your dreams, right? So think, don't overthink it, just do it, just go for it, and you will have it. Okay, and then what we have for you are the oracles. So the first one that we have here is blockages, detours, and delays. Yes, so right, you do have blockages which you need to clear out. Okay, and that is the reason why it's causing the delays. And then we've got the issues. So issues here, it's telling you you've got problems, concerns, and overthinking. All right, this is confirming that you are overthinking, which you shouldn't be doing it. Sometimes you need to think out aloud. Whatever you're thinking, think it out aloud, and you will get what you want. Okay, and then express, say how you feel, talk about it, speak up. Right, that is so true. Only good things happen to the people who seek help and speak up. So, yep. All right, so let's see. Emotions are running high, supermoon. All right. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking for, if you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as your job or a relationship, the answer is very. Okay, this card is about being larger than life, being special, and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. Okay, you can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with. Okay, there's also a sense that the opportunities around you, whatever you're asking about, don't come along every day. So take action, right? You need to take action. If you're in the crossroads, take action. Now we've got, let's see, the energy is gaining momentum. All right. Here you go. So beautiful. The crescent. Okay, let's see what the waxing moon is telling you. Okay. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. Okay? So work on it and it will come through. So this is a time of energies rising up, emotions are building too. Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goal. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. So this card is telling you that after you decide what to do, all right, you need to take action. And then the last card, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. All right. So this card is telling you that your effort is required. Okay, work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. All right, so these are the cards that we have for you with all the guidance that you need for your career right now. Okay, need to be strong. This is just a phase. It will come to an end, And after the end, you're going to be in your greatest form, okay? So this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you have, then kindly like, share, and subscribe, and also comment which card which crystal or the pile you chose, so that we can have a talk in the comment section. All right. I am so happy to have you here, and if you need any kind of readings or any kind of topics that you want to know or you want to watch as you pick a card reading for the next session, then you can comment that too, because I would really be excited and I would be happy to do that for you. All right, so take care for now and make the right decisions. Bye. So the ones who picked pile number 2 or this crystal, Queen of Aventurine, this is going to be a reading. So I'm going to place this on top of the coaster I crocheted. All right, so without further ado, let's begin with your reading. The cards I pulled out from the deck for you are the Four of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, the Hermit, and then the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So the overall energy that I'm getting from here is that it carries out a quiet and a restrained tone, okay? There's a sense of holding back emotionally or financially and also energetically. And then as we have got the Hermit and also the Eight of Swords, so together it is indicating that you're in a period of reevaluation and also self-assessment rather than, moving forward or having any kind of momentum. You might also feel dissatisfied and stuck, also uncertain about what you're working toward, okay? But this phase has a deeper purpose. That's something that you need to keep in mind. It's inviting you to rediscover what truly motivates and fulfills you, okay? So there are some times when you get into a particular career or a job, maybe because it's paying you well, but you're not really sure if it is fulfilling the purpose that you want to fulfill in your life, right? Or maybe you actually got your dream job and you're working for that company for a long time, but then now you're losing the reason or the purpose, right? So you just need to sit back and reevaluate. You need to think that, like, if I'm doing my dream job, then why am I feeling stuck right now? Why do I feel dissatisfied? Because whenever you lose the reason, then you need to go back to step one, and the step one is why. Okay, why is the first thing that comes up when you create something or when you do something. Why do you want a career? Because it's your it's to earn money. For some people, for some people it is to do something and give something to the community, right, to the world. So there are a lot of things and purpose that you want uh, in your career, but sometimes you lose focus or sometimes you forget the reason why you're working for it. So maybe that is what you're feeling at the moment. All right, so the first card that we have for you is the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups also confirms that you are disengaged or uninspired at the moment, in your workplace or at your work. Like you're going through the moments or motions, but you're not feeling emotionally satisfied. Okay, it can also suggest that you are bored and there's apathy and also missing new opportunities because you're emotionally drained or focused on what hasn't worked so far. So the message that I want to give you through this card is that just step back and ask yourself, okay, what would make you feel emotionally connected to your work again? You might be, ready for a challenge, a new creative project, or also you need a mind shift change, but you have to look up and see what's being offered to you first. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles as your second card, and here it is telling you that this card is about being a nurturer. It's about being a caretaker, being practical, and also being grounded. Okay, this shows that your core strength in your career is that you have the ability to create stability and also abundance and comfort, not only for yourself but also for others. It's also telling you that you know how to manage your resources, plan them, and also sustain them. And it's showing that you have everything you need to thrive, but you must also care for yourself as diligently as you take care of other people at work or, in your personal life. You need to balance your outer success with the inner nourishment that you have, because taking care of yourself is very important. If you do not take care of yourself, then you will not be able to take care of others. This is just like being a mother. When you deliver a newborn, then it's not just the baby that you need to take care of, you also need to take care of yourself, because if you are not well nourished, right, then how will the baby be well fed? So it's the same thing for you. If you're not a mother, but you know you're a person, anyhow, so you're a living being, you need to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And also, whenever you feel like you're not being able to manage time, that shouldn't be an excuse, because you come first and then comes the rest. So take some time out. Even if it's a busy day, make sure that by the end of the night, when you get home, you give at least 1 hour to yourself. Maybe do some kind of massage, or a pedicure, manicure. You don't have to go to a spa to do that, you can do it on your own. Or even watching a movie, spending time with yourself, drinking wine and cheese. If you are underage, then you know get a non-alcoholic drink and watch a movie. Even that is actually very relaxing. It's giving yourself time. You can also go out, go for a run or for a walk and breathe in the fresh air out in the evening. So all of those things count as self-care, right? You don't have to pay for a subscription for a gym or for some kind of wellness training or something like that. You can do it on your own. Just 1 hour to yourself every day makes a difference. And it's one of those hours that's very important in a day. You need to give some time to yourself, okay? So that is what your Queen of Pentacles is telling you to do so. And then we've got Four of Pentacles here. So Four of Pentacles can have many meanings, okay? It represents like holding tightly to security. It also talks about greed, but here in your situation, it might be that you are clinging to money, safety, and stability out of fear of loss, okay? Because sometimes, for example, like this Four of Cups is telling you that maybe you're stuck or bored in your current career or your current workplace, and you want to maybe try out a new job or a new opportunity, but you are quite not um, ready. Not just ready, but you're not secure to take that step, right? Because you might be thinking that, well, anyhow, this current job is paying me well, so why should I? Or, maybe because you do not have that financial stability yet, and you're not being able to take a leap of faith. So that can be meaning from this card for you, okay? So it can also mean that you're in a survival mode, that maybe you're staying in a job that feels secure but not fulfilling, or being overly cautious with risk or change. So maybe you are not a person who is a risk taker, right? But taking risk sometimes is actually very important, because you just never know what is on the other side of the wall, right? So you need to explore things, you need to be a little bit courageous to take the next step in life, because there's a saying that rolling stones, they gather less moss. But it's a good thing that sometimes being a rolling stone is actually a good thing, because then you will know that there's more possibility, something that you were not aware of, and you might also, you know, um, be greater than whatever you already are, right? So yes, taking a chance, especially when you have the opportunity, when you have the offer, grabbing it is a great thing. It's a great thing to do. So grab it and good things will happen to you, okay? And then we've got the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords, here we've got the little otter, the sea otter in the middle, and then it is surrounded by Eight of Swords, right? So this is telling you that you might be feeling like you're in a mental prison, or feeling trapped, restricted, and also powerless in your career situation, because you know, most probably in most cases it's about financial security. So maybe you haven't gotten enough of money, or maybe you haven't saved enough of money to take a next step in your life. So if you think that, and if you are feeling trapped or you're feeling helpless, then you will have to help yourself, because there's a saying that God helps the one who helps themselves. So if all doors are closed, then you need to open that window, okay? So if you think that you do not have enough money, then yeah, maybe you will have to work a little harder, or maybe you will have to stay in that current company a little longer. Save, be a smart worker, do not overspend, and then once you've collected enough capital to start a new job or a career, and that's when you will be able to, or you will get to uh, you know move out from that restraint that you have right now in your career situation, okay? And also, this card reminds you that this cage is actually open, all right? And it's you who have got the key, okay? You can walk out whenever you realize your own strength. So, yep, when you realize that you can make your own key, then you can get off from that cage that you have built around you. Your biggest limits right now are, mostly mental, or, not circumstantial. So you need to challenge self-doubt or also fear-based thinking. You have more freedom than you realize. So just sit back and think what you can do better. If you think that at the moment you're not being able to get out of a situation, then you need to actually think. If you are not being able to do it on your own, then you can always get help from others, right? You can get a career guidance from a counselor, or you can also, if you are younger, then you can always reach out to your parents. It's never too late. You're never old enough to not reach out to your parents, because parents are one of the best advisors in life. And if you are not being able to communicate with them, or being able to share the situation you are right now in, then you can talk to your elder sibling. Even younger siblings are very helpful. They are really nice. I also told the same thing to pile number one, that I have a little sister who is 10 years younger than me, but she is a great financial advisor, because she studies business and I take notes. It really does help me. So, asking for help is never wrong, or it's never stupid, all right? And then we've got the Hermit. So the second last card that we have for you is the Hermit card, which is the Major Arcana. So this card is actually telling you that, it's a call. It's telling you that it's a call for deep reflection, or solitude and rediscovery. Okay, you're meant to look inward and clarify what you are, what success truly means to you. So you need to sit back and think what success really means to you. Is being successful to you is like being a billionaire, or being successful for you is being thanked by people when you help them. So there are different you know there are variations of success, right, for people. Because I have a friend who works for customer service, so it's not paying her much, but she, by the end of the day when she comes home, she is always like telling me stories that how she made somebody's day by doing this, and by like resolving the issue that they had, or something like that. And even though, like I said, it doesn't pay much, but it makes her happy. So, yes, you need to find what kind of success makes you feel successful. All right. So the hermit is asking you to sit back and think about that. All right. And then take some time to connect with your inner purpose. This may not be like a moment of career expansion, but of course, it's a spiritual refinement and preparing you for your next evolution. So if you think that this time is going slow, or maybe really really slow, maybe you're not seeing the results very quick, then you need to be patient. It will work out, because when the hermit comes in, it's not about the end of the world. It's about just like being calm before the storm or before the success. So yes, do not like worry if things are getting delayed or if there's any kind of stagnation. It's actually giving you time to think of what you really want to do next. And then we have got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse for your last card in the tarot. So whenever this card is in reverse, this card suggests that it is about frustration of or lack of motivation or even burnout. Okay, maybe you're working hard but not seeing progress, or struggling to take care about your what you're doing. You're not being able to figure out that, like, I'm working so hard, but why haven't I seen the outcome yet, right? But the hermit beforehand is telling you that you need to take a beat, right? Sometimes, because sometimes this Eight of Pentacles in reverse can also tell you that you've outgrown the work or the environment, and you need to realign with what feels meaningful to you. So yes, all of these cards are coming and confirming that at the moment you need to take rest. You need to step back and think, because because I don't know, but if you've seen a predator, or like for example, let's say a cheetah or a tiger, they take a few steps back before they attack, right? So yeah, do that, because the outcome is going to be amazing. So this card is also telling you to be, to work smarter and not harder, or perhaps also redirect your energy entirely. Okay, a new approach or a skill or even mindset could restore the sense of your purpose. So you need to meditate on that. Meditation is really important, because that is the moment when you are just you know you are just aligned with yourself and nobody else. So that is the moment when you're focused on yourself and nobody else. You're focused in your thoughts and not other things surrounding you. So that is the perfect time to reflect. Sorry, guys, but by the time I was coming to the end of your reading, it was getting dark outside, so I had to move your reading to the other side of the house. I am sorry that the lighting isn't good right now, but let's continue with the rest of your oracles. Okay, so the first card that we have is strategic, all right, logical, thought through, and clear minded. So, yes, so this card is telling you that you need to be logical. You need to, if you're thinking that why things are not working for you right now, then you need to be logical. Like, doing things in haste is never going to work for the good. All right, and then the second card is raise your vibration, energy shift. So yes, if you're feeling negative right now, if you're feeling bored, the apathy is coming through, then you need to shift your energy. Okay, and then awakening, spiritual awakening, rebirth. So yes, meditate on the things that you are feeling not good about. You need to meditate that, and you need to change your frequency to positivity. And now we've got your Mineralogy Oracle deck. So this card is New Moon in Scorpio and work through your fears. All right, so working through your fears. As I am not so familiar with this oracle, so I'm going to read from the guidebook for you. Alright, so this card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that is rising from the ashes. Okay? That is what the Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows or unicorns, but it will be deep transformation. So, this card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to make your magic work. Right. Okay, and then we've got, right, so a new start is coming, new moon. All right, new moon, rebirth. It's all talking about rebirth. But first, be the hermit, and then this will come through. All right, so let's see what this card is telling you. There is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed and you are on target to achieve your goals, okay? The message from the universe is that you are starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome, okay? So that's what this card is telling you, that new start is coming and whatever you are manifesting, it will be yours. And then the last card is luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so, yep, this seems like a good card. Let me read it out for you. Okay, whatever's coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks, but be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. Okay, this card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. Okay, it can also signal that a trip away is coming up if that's something you're working to achieve, but the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of a gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. All right, so it's a very beautiful reading. The end of your reading is all about positivity. It is going to be great for you. You just need to be patient. All right. Okay, so this is all I have for you, my pile number two. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you have, then kindly like, share, and subscribe, and also comment what pile you picked so that I will know my number twos. And also, if you want any reading regarding any topic, then let me know, and that will be your next pick a card reading. Okay, so take care, stay healthy, spend time with yourself, do some self-care, and you'll be good to go. All right, so until next time. Okay, so this reading is for pile number three, or whoever chose this light. Okay, it's going to be a reading. I'm gonna place this on top of the Kosai crocheted. And I apologize for having a different setting for pile number three. I actually did the setting in between the reading for pile number two because it was getting dark outside. So I apologize if the lighting is not good. But without further ado, let's begin with your reading. So the cards I got for pile number three are Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, the Star, Seven of Pentacles, reverse Four of Coins, which is the Four of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles. All right. So let's see if I get any overall energy from here. Your career path is actually shifting towards something more aligned, more powerful, and more prosperous. You're stepping into a cycle with more clarity, support, and also confidence. Okay. So the first card, which is the Six of Pentacles, this card actually represents giving and receiving. Okay, it's about balance, fairness, and also recognition. So it can mean that someone may soon support you through advice, opportunity, mentorship, or even financial help. Okay, you may gain fair treatment after feeling overlooked if you are working really hard, but your hard work is not paying off or it's not being seen properly. Now is the time when your maybe your manager, the higher ups are going to see your potential. And Six of Swords, it's telling you that it's about moving away from stress, also transitioning to a calmer energy and leaving behind old patterns that no longer serve you. Because, losing out those kind of negativity is actually very essential to move forward. So that is what you will be releasing, okay? There will be a shift that is going to happen, either mentally or also physically, changing roles, departments, or companies. That can be a possibility for you. And you're also moving toward a healthier work environment and mindset, okay? So, most probably, it's going to be a new department or a new job for you. And then the Star, which is a very good card for you, especially as when it is the heart of the reading, then it is telling you that you are entering a cycle of renewal and also inspiration with hope. Okay, the energy is aligning you with your authentic calling. Okay, new ideas of creativity and also confidence is going to flow in. You need to expect visibility in your talent because it might attract attention in unexpected ways, and also a long-held dream could begin to take in shape. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles reverse. So this card, it means that you may feel like you're being investing so much without enough return, right? There is frustration about delays or slow progress. You might be, reconsidering your plan or thinking of even quitting your job or something that you have been doing long term. Okay, this card is warning you against burnout or unnecessary pressure, because your beginning of the card is confirming, okay, that you shouldn't be stressed, you shouldn't be overthinking. Um, Good things are coming through. You are not being able to see it right now, but it will happen for you. And then we've got the Four of Coins. So, Four of Coins is about protecting your stability, your money, your job, and reputation as well. Okay, so you may feel hesitant to take risks or, speak up if you think that you deserve better, but you are, a little worried or scared that if you speak up sorry, if you speak up, then you will not be able to, maybe you will miss your chance, or maybe your higher ups, your managers will get offended. But that's really not true. Okay, sometimes you really need to speak up because you just never know. you know when you ask, that is when you are going to get, because people are not mind readers. We do not really know what you want until you say so. So speak up, because you could be limiting your own growth, okay, due to fears of financial instability. So you might be thinking that, like, my job pays well. If I ask too much, then my managers might get offended, and maybe I will not be treated fairly, or maybe get demoted or something like that. But that's not the case. It's not the case like that, because this card often appears when someone wants change but feels afraid of uncertainty. But this card also encourages you to chuck all that off from your head and be courageous, okay, because the ending of your card, your tarot card, your tarot reading is telling you that if you speak up, then a new job or a new income stream, even a new project or offer, is going to come your way. All right, in the there will be a financial improvement that is going to be on the horizon for you, and also a foundation for a long-term stability that is going to be formed. All right, but You need to let go of the fears first, and this will happen to you. The Ace of Cups is going to happen to you when you let go of the fears. Okay, and then let me see if there are any kind of, guidance that I can pull off from this reading. The guidance from here that I see for you is for you to ask help, okay, and also accept help or accept support when you are given. Okay, allow yourself to move on. You need to let go, release the energy or the past experiences, and move on to you know um to a new horizon. Okay, stop holding on to situations that are draining you. Okay, believe in your skills, because star is something that is a confirmation that you are going to shine brighter if you believe in yourself. All right. And you need to also adjust your strategies if you are, if you're not being able to see the vision or see the purpose at work, then maybe you need to change your strategy. Or if you're not getting the recognition or the promotion, then maybe you need to change your strategy, right? So you need to work on that, okay? And release the fear of failure. Don't think that if you are going to ask for too much, then you are moving towards failure. No, not at all. Because like I said, we are not mind readers. Nobody is. Until you speak up, you will not be getting what you deserve. Okay. And then, yes, this particular card is confirming that once you work on all your fears, work on releasing your past, then success is yours. All right, now let's go to your oracles. Okay, so career, get to work, new job, focus on finances. All right, so these cards are confirming that you need to work on your success. Okay, a new career or your new job or promotion is coming through. It is going to happen for you, but first you need to work on it. Then we have luck. So good luck and positive outcome. Okay, so the card is giving you all the luck that you need. The reading is giving you all the luck that you need so that you will be successful. And then we've got options, opportunities, choices, and possibilities. Yep. But these are only going to open up for you when you work on it, when you release your past situations, your fears and doubts. That is when you're going to get them. And then the Moonology oracles for you. The first card is your commitment is being tested. All right, first quarter moon. So, as I'm not so familiar with this particular card, I'm going to read through the guidebook. Let me see. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. So you see, it's all about your perspective, okay? Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. Yes, believe in yourself. You need to be confident. You need to believe that you deserve good things. And then we've got New Moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. Okay. This card will often come up when you are inquiring about financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. This card suggests you have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. Okay. And then the third card, which is communication is key. New moon in Gemini. All right. A successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you're asking about. If you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you now. This card could also suggest that you've been frivolous lately, need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. Alright, so the guidance that you are getting from this reading is to be confident, believe in yourself, and you will achieve what you are meant to. Okay, so this is all I have for you, my pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed my reading. And if you have, then kindly like, share, and subscribe. And also comment down what kind of reading you would like for your next pick a card, okay? And I wish you well. I wish you strength. I wish you confidence, okay? And I wish you abundance and success. So until next time.